Hello again, everybody. It's been a while. Today I have a short and sweet video for you. We're going to learn how to knit the brioche stitch. So the brioche knit stitch and the brioche purl stitch. I'm going to try this video in a slightly different way. Doing a voiceover, I think, might make the audio a little bit easier to hear with my setup. So here's an example of a brioche stitch, and this I actually have done with a marled kind of stitch, so I'm actually holding two different colors of yarn together to do this brioche, but you can see it's kind of a little bit like a ribbing. It's very stretchy and really squishy, and it makes for a really warm, soft, stretchy fabric. The next example I'm going to show is a two-color brioche, and one really cool thing about the brioche stitch is it's reversible. So you can see here it's still the ribbing, but I have kind of the green coming through on one side, and then if we flip it over, the purple is kind of the main color there. And this is actually what I'm going to show you today. It's actually the same stitch as I did for the other sample that I showed you, but it's just going to be a little easier to see what's happening with the two colors, which is why I'm going to show it that way. And you can also do cool stuff like this pattern here. So, in order to get started, we're going to need our yarn. I'm using this pink yarn and this green yarn, and we're going to be knitting in the round. So I have my circular needles. This is actually the beginning of a hat that I'm going to show. And so you can see I'm going to have one color on one side and one color just kind of sitting onto the other. And I'm going to work one color at a time. So for the first round, I'm going to use the pink yarn. And you can see the green showing through over there. And on the other side, we see the pink. And so the pink is going to be the one we work with right now. So a brioche stitch is actually two stitches combined in one. So you're going to do the first stitch is a yarn forward and slip, or slip one yarn over, which is what I'm doing here. So we've yarned over and then we've slipped one, so the pink yarn is in front. Now we're going to brioche knit, which is just a knit stitch, but it's through both of the colors on the needle. So you see how the pink and the green are both on the needle? You're going to knit through both of them. Now we're going to yarn over and slip, and then we're going to brioche knit both of the stitches on the needle. One more time, we're going to yarn over and slip, and then brioche knit. So you can see how the brioche is coming out. It's a little bit like a ribbing, but there's a little bit more yarn, so it's actually a little squishier, a little stretchier. So yarn over, slip. You're always going to slip as if to purl. And then knit both of the stitches. Yarn over, slip, brioche knit both stitches together. And we're going to keep going in that fashion for one whole round. Just like so. So you can see this setting up a little better, and you can see there's pink yarn over each of the stitches, and every other stitch has the green yarn in it. So you can see the little V's that are the pink side. That's how you know which side you're on. Gonna work a few more stitches here. And then once we get to the beginning of the round, we will switch and start working with our green yarn. So here we're coming to the end of our round with our pink, and we've ended with a slip-one yarn over. I'm going to slip my stitch marker to the right side of the needle, and we're going to begin working with our green yarn. Now for this, we're going to work the Brioche Purl stitch because even though we're working in the round, we're going to want to work the wrong side essentially. So we're going to do a slip-one yarn over, and with the purl, the yarn's already in the front, so you can see we have to wrap it around again in order to do the yarn over. And then we're going to Brioche Purl, so purl these two stitches together. Now we're going to slip one yarn over, so the yarn's already in the front, and we slip the stitch and then wrap the yarn around to do the yarn over. Brioche Purl both stitches together. So you can see what this looks like. Slip one yarn over, then Brioche Purl both stitches together. So we have our knit stitches, our pink stitches that we're slipping, and we're kind of putting the green yarn around so that the pink stitch will still show through on this side. But when we purl like this, the green stitches are going to show through back here, just like this. So that's how you get sort of this reversible fabric, which is really cool for brioche if you're knitting with two colors. And like I mentioned before, you can obviously knit brioche with just one color yarn, or you can do like I did in my first sample and hold two yarns together for a marled effect. But this two color thing I think is why a lot of people knit brioche, and I think it's easy to see what's happening in the sample. So slip one yarn over, Brioche Purl, So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial on how to brioche knit and brioche purl. And now you know all the basics for knitting your first brioche project, either with one color or with two colors of yarn. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time. Bye.